What's up, Sagittarius? With your September love general reading. This is for the lovely sign of Sagittarius, Saggy's sun, moon, rising, and Venus. This is a general love reading and may not resonate with every Sagittarius out there. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. This is for those who need guidance and clarity in love. Spirit, what is the energy surrounding Sagittarius when the viewer finds this video? What is the energy of Sagittarius when the viewer finds this video? Tell me about Sagittarius, please. Okay, Two of Swords reverse, Eight of Pentacles, the Moon in reverse, King of Cups, Four of Swords, Three of Wands. Ooh, the Lovers, Nine of Cups reverse, Seven of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Five of Swords reverse, Death in reverse, the High Priestess, Three Pentacles reverse, and the Ten of Wands. Okay, Saggy, so I feel like you guys had to make a difficult decision, a difficult choice, okay? You felt there was no right choice, but you knew you had to do something. It's almost like picking the lesser of two evils. I feel like there was something that you were confused about doing, but I feel like you turned your back on this situation in order to work on yourself, in order to go after your goals, your desires, in order to improve the situation for yourself. It was a hard decision, but it was a wise decision with the Rat here, okay? And I feel like with the Moon here in reverse, I feel like whatever it was, I feel like it was contributing to a lot of fear in your life, a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of confusion. But I feel like by turning your back, you're now starting to gradually see that there were illusions here and there were things that you were not aware of. And I feel like now you're using your intuition. And I feel like some of you are more focusing on your career, on your finances, and your future goals in life, okay? Tell me about the Two of Swords in reverse, please. Why is this here? Yeah, there's definitely someone that you desired. You had to make a difficult choice, and I feel like a lot of you decided to use your willpower. Ooh, sorry about that. Clarify Ace of Wands, please. Why is this here? Yeah, there's definitely someone you desired, but I feel like it was a very brutal situation, very tough situation, and I feel like it was very chaotic, and I feel like a lot of you may not have been told the truth. So I feel like you made a choice to leave because no matter how much you felt about this person, it wasn't worth the stress. It wasn't worth the pain, okay? And although you did feel like you had a great connection with this person, it was out of this world, it was indescribable, it was deeper than anyone else that you have ever connected with. I feel like you purged this person to reinvent yourself, and I feel like now you're going through this beautiful transition and you have this light coming through and people are starting to admire you. And I feel like right now you guys are working on your emotions. You're trying to become balanced. This is King of Cups, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy. Oh, I forgot to say I had the Moon here, which can talk about Cancer or Pisces. But I feel like right now you guys are just resting. I feel like right now you're just trying to restore your life. You're contemplating. I feel like some of you are, if you guys were involved in a third-party situation, it was really brutal. And I feel like right now you are resting right now, taking your time. The King of Cups is someone who gets his mind right to follow his heart. This is someone who is very loving, very emotionally stable. So I feel like you guys are working on yourself, using your intuition. I don't feel like you're angry with anyone, though. I feel like if you did leave someone, it was for yourself. I feel like you're not angry with them, but you just want balance in your life and you want control and order in your life. And I feel like you want someone who will be there for you. So you're resting right now, and right now you're looking ahead. When you do come back, when you do emerge, you want bigger and better. You want expansion. You want growth in your life. You don't want someone who takes you 10 step backs. You want someone who is at your level or higher. You want someone who can bring to the table what you have or more. You don't want someone who is less of a person than you are, or doesn't have their affairs in order. You want a mature person. You want a grown woman, a grown man is what I see here. You don't want someone who doesn't have their life together because you don't want to raise no one. That's their mom's job. Who is this King of Cups, please? Why is this here? Yeah, I feel like you guys may have released someone now. With the Page of Wands here, this is definitely about like exploring or, freedom. So I feel like a lot of you are free right now. You do want to explore, but I feel like you're taking your time with the Four of Swords here. Some of you may have been connecting with someone who had children, or circumstances that was very chaotic, and I feel like you had to persevere there, or you had to defend yourself, or them defend you. But I feel like you're now freeing yourself from a situation that was very chaotic. Some of you may have blocked this person, okay, or there might have been a situation like that. So I do see a couple things here. I do have to tell you, some of you may have just hooked up with someone recently, or met someone that you hooked up with recently, like at a bar, okay? But I don't feel like you really care. What I mean is, I don't feel like you really like this person. I feel like this person may have other options, okay? But I feel like you may have released someone. I feel like there's someone here who does see you as a partner. With the Lovers here, this is a very divine connection, a partnership, a strong spiritual union, a duality. Like the fifth dimension, you really felt like this person was your lobster, and this person felt the same way about you. But I do feel like there was some sort of situations in their life, overindulgences. They could have been drinking a lot. This is someone who doesn't have a lot of joy in their life. This is someone who has a lot of confusion. And I feel like this is what was impeding on your life. Their energy, you were kind of picking up on it, and they were not in a good place in life. And I feel like that was kind of bringing you down. So that's why, like, going forward, you want to make sure that someone is at your level or higher, can meet you at the table with more to offer than what this person did. Because it doesn't matter, you love this person, and of course, what do I always say? Like, love doesn't pay the bills. No, but at the end of the day, you want to make sure that someone's, no matter how good of a connection you have with someone, you want to make sure that they're in the same sort of energy that you are in. This is someone who brings more, adds value to your life, okay? Clarify the Lovers, please. Why is this here? This is also Gemini energy. Yeah, this person, I feel like this person really cares about you. They do want to improve the situation with you. Clarify the Knight of Cups, please. It's just like right now, I feel like they don't have money, or there's a lack thereof. They're very dissatisfied. For some of you, they may have gone back to another situation where they felt empty, but that's for some of you. Some of you may have cut this person off, or they had to cut you off to go back to another situation that they're not happy in, but they had to do it for some reason, for a purpose, okay? External factors, we have Page of Pentacles. So there could have been kids here, okay? So this person could have had a shared finances or shared kids with someone. I do see some sort of interference of money or children here. Tell me about the situation, please. What are the external factors beyond Saggy's control? Yeah, see, they didn't want to take a loss. They didn't want to lose something. This is also someone who is not really in a situation where they can give you more. They can't meet you at the table halfway, okay? This is someone who, if they are in a custody battle or has kids, the partner of the children is punishing them, okay? And I feel like that's why they couldn't give to the situation with you. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you were connecting with someone who may have returned to another partner for children, okay? Because the obstacle here is Five of Swords in reverse. So I feel like this person may have reconciled with someone that they had a lot of resentment with. But I also feel like part of this person wants you to forgive them, okay? Clarify Five of Swords. Why is this here? Yeah, see, there was a very unstable home situation, very home conflicts here. They don't have a strong enough support system, so I feel like they went back to a situation where it was unstable. But they didn't do it because there was love there. They did it because there was responsibility. Okay, but I feel like you kind of know that, Saggies, and I feel like you're purging it. You're cleansing this out of your life right now, okay? How this person feels about you, we have the Death in reverse. So I do feel like this person, you know, is holding on to you. I feel like this person would eventually like to resurrect a situation with you, but I just feel like there is some sort of stagnant energy in their life, okay? Clarify the Death. Why is this here? It's also Scorpio energy. How does this person feel about Sagittarius, please? Yeah, it's like they feel that there's still hope with you. They do want to resurrect something with you. It's just, I feel like they went back to something past its expiration date because of duty, because of responsibility. And I feel like this person feels like there's still hope there with you. But I feel like you're not keeping your life on hold, which is a beautiful thing, okay? I feel like you see that the situation, you're following your intuition. You know, you see the situation's too chaotic, too disorganized, and there's too many burdens here. And I feel like your intuition is telling you to let go. And you're doing that. You're purging. And by doing that, this person, you know, is admiring you. They still admire you. But I also feel like you're bringing in other admirers. You're loving yourself. And that's exactly how you bring in new people. That's exactly how you get new love, is when you're happiest with yourself. And I feel like your heart is telling you, though, no matter how much of a connection you had with this person, it's just not the right time. And they're dealing with karmic situations that they have to do, which is nothing that you can do to help this person. This is not your lessons in life. This is this person's lessons in life, okay? So angels, what messages do you have for Sagittarius, please? In regards to love, in regards to life, or in regards to the situation, please? What messages do you have for Sagittarius in regards to love? Happiness. It says, good news from afar brings important papers and opportunity. What you started in the past now brings rewards, a culmination of ideas or projects, a time to reflect on your life experience. Happiness is attained. So you guys have happiness coming your way. Okay, you're going to have some good news that's going to bring in some happiness. It could have been something that you've been working on for a long time. The Fool. Something is going on in your life and it's so obvious you are ignoring the impeding danger. You could be in emotional or physical danger. Wake up and do not be a fool. Danger is near. Okay, and this kind of reminds me of like Mama Bear or Papa Bear. I do feel like some of you may have been taken advantage of. And I do have to say that. I feel like some of you may have been taken advantage of. And if you are still in a situation like that where you're being stuck in the middle, or you're with someone who has another situation that's very nasty, and it's causing you more stress than goodness in your life, you know, you may have to let go and you will find happiness here, okay? Because sometimes you can, you know, find yourself the victim of a lover's quarrel, and you don't want to do that in your life, okay? So angels, what messages do you have for Sagittarius, please? Tell me about flirt. See, some of you are getting, okay, so I see some of you might still be in the situation or just gotten out of it, but I feel like a lot of you are going out, and I do see that there was probably like some sort of like one night stand situation here at a bar. But extend your lighthearted energy to others, okay? Let your friends help you. So some of your friends might, you know, set you up on a date, a blind date, or have, you know, a cousin or a friend or a coworker that they want to hook you up with. And there might be a new beginning from that. So just stay aware of that. If you flirt, you might find happiness. Let your friends help you, because there definitely is a chance here for a new beginning, okay? All right. Let's go ahead and pull a Whispers of Love. What message do you have for Sagittarius, please? It says physical touch is important. For some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. And see, we have this person who's like doting on this girl, kissing her hand. You know, I feel like a lot of you like I said, you're just being really admired right now. Someone who's definitely interested in you. Yeah, I feel like you guys are, if you go out, I feel like you're going to pull someone in like it's no one's business. I definitely feel like people will have their eyes on you. So just don't dwell in negativity. Continue to purge, work on yourself. You guys got some happiness out there, but you need to put yourself out there. And I feel like you have new love coming in, okay? So Saggies, don't forget to like and subscribe. I wish you guys love and light, and I will catch you on your next video. Bye, Saggies.